Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to try out 3 different Kirby crochet patterns. I've seen tons of these around and I'm just curious which tutorial works well for me. I will be keeping track of how long they take, my general reflection, like how difficult I thought it was, and then I'll share with you which pattern I think is worth your time. Stay tuned to see what I crochet. This first one is from amigurumi. She has a video tutorial and a written pattern. I've been watching the video tutorial. I'm just using acrylic yarn and a 5mm hook. Alright, I am officially 32 minutes in and I want to be done. When I'm not. But I think I'll just have the motivation another day. Alright, so I have found another pattern. I'm going to be using some much chunkier yarn. It's even bigger in the screen. Don't have quite exactly the right pink, like a more bubblegum pink, but this is bubblegum. I don't have a lighter pink is what I'm saying. But I'm excited to dig in. Yeah, I'll take you along for my progress of it and I'll start timing it. This is a free written pattern by Sweet Brie Creations on Instagram. Alright, I am 8 minutes into this one and about 6 rows, and now I'm just going to refresh my memory on what a bobble stitch is and then I will be able to continue. I had a lot of issues with this one. Not necessarily in how it was written, but just my own indecisiveness about the colors to use. In a way, I practiced this pattern more because I kept redoing it. Some bonus content for you. I actually bought this kit, cross-stitch kit, cross-stitch kit, a couple months back, I mean practically October, and I decided why not work on it while I was crocheting the other Kirbys. So this is just another project I worked on at the same time. Thought I'd include it. Today's a special day because I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to have my yarn to be able to finish the final Kirby. But lo and behold, I checked my mail as I was running other errands, and I have the package. Give me 1 second, I will unbox it live for us. Alright, time to unbox. This is a hefty bag. I was basically ordering all the chenille yarns that I either didn't have, that I knew I would use, or else some ones I knew I needed. Anyway, we'll start with this rose color. Yeah, it's a very light pink, almost like a mauve purple even. It's pretty. This Bloom Chanel, which has some variation within it. It's got some purple, or some purples. It has greens and blues. This is really pretty. Next I have another Parfait Chunky in, this is the Dusty Mauve. So when you compare these two, this one's definitely darker, this one's certainly pinker, purpler, but I'm excited for both colors. I think that's definitely what I've gravitated towards. And then I've got some more in white. Well, I didn't have any white Parfait Chunky actually, because I've been using up a blanket yarn, but it's kind of a cream off-white color. Some more red to make more hearts and such. This Parfait Chunky Neon. Parfait Chunky in this toffee. This is going to be good for neutrals, turtle shells. I'm excited to explore that color. The Holy Grail is some bubblegum pink. I thought I might order more, but I said let's start with 2. That's reasonable, and I will figure out how much of this I use on Kirby. And I've realized that I should be weighing these, so I will weigh it when I'm done to know exactly how much I used. And I think in the pattern it will say roughly how much of like a 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. So this is exciting. This is what I needed. You'll see me working with this very soon. Finish out the haul, I got some black. I got this really fun gumdrop in lilac, and so you can tell I'm really liking my pinks and purples. And there's so many cute colors of combinations of the gumdrop. Also got some Parfait Chunky in key lime. This I already have one skein of, and I plan to make a ton of frogs for the spring, so got 2 of those. Lastly, I got a sea glass color. If you yourself would like to order any Premier yarns, I've left my 10% code in the description. So check that out, get a little discount, enjoy yarns, enjoy the selection. Yeah, I got a lot of greens and purples in honor of spring. I have secured the yarn, which is amazing, and let's get to it. I'll take you to the overhead to watch my progress. I have my yarn, I have my 6mm hook, I have a tapestry needle, and I have my scissors. I'm starting this at 222, and we will see how long it takes me. I'm very curious. And I'm following the written pattern by Wonder Crochet. That will be linked below. So I'm supposed to start with a magic circle in the ring. Or a magic circle ring. A magic ring for a magic circle. There we go. Okay. I love how soft this yarn is. It's really a joy to work with. I am concerned that a 6mm hook will be large for me, but we'll see. Oops, and I lost track. No, okay, single crochet, and then an increase. The real test will be if I got 18. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Love it. And so far, reading the pattern is really easy, but I'm actually going to scroll up so all I see is the next row I am working on. So single crochet and increase single crochet. Oh, okay. I did mess this roundup. Let's try that again. It happens to the best of us. I feel like it usually happens around round 4 for me. Things get a little more complicated. Okay, so we got single crochet, increase, single crochet, single crochet, and an increase. How many did you end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. In this clip, you're seeing me decide just how squishy it is. At this point, I realized I probably didn't stuff it as much as I should have, but then I was thinking about the placement of the arms and the feet. I've done it! I've finished all the Kirbys! Oh, it's so exciting. Here's one of them. Let's see if I can hold them all at the same time. I have to do some stacking. As promised, I made 3 different Kirbys. I followed 3 different patterns. And now I want to talk to you about each of the patterns. And can you tell I got a little bit of fuzz in my hair? Okay, I felt it. No pun intended. I felt the felt. Okay, so where do we begin? Let's start with the mini one. Though I don't know that mini's in its name. So this one I made following a video tutorial by amigurumi. She's quite prolific. She has a ton of different tutorials, and I think at some point I have followed a different one of hers. I'm just looking like into Kirby's eyes here. Overall, I thought it was very easy, like very simple instructions, not that hard to follow, and this took me about 35 minutes to complete all of the, crochet parts, and then adding the felt maybe took me another 10-15 minutes. So overall, under an hour, and maybe if I were to do this again next time, I would think harder about where I place the hands, but I think I did a pretty good job. It's a bummer that you do have to sew, so if you don't like sewing, there is definitely that involved, but I think I did a pretty good job. I was nervous about where to place the feet and all that, just because they are so small, especially the arms. I think I did a good job stuffing it. Would recommend this pattern. If you like following video tutorials, that is what you get. I really thought that it was a success. The next one is actually intended to be a keychain, and I didn't honor that. I also worry that, there's a couple things I don't like about this one. One, the pattern was harder to follow, in my opinion, but it is on Instagram, so I say harder, but just because it wasn't a video tutorial, basically. Like, I still could read the pattern. I don't think there were any errors. Pro tip, though, if you are following an Instagram pattern, make sure they haven't edited the caption to say anything about, oh, I forgot this or that, because usually when they're uploaded to Instagram, right, it's a static photo. I know I didn't use the right color yarn, and that just makes me sad. This should be a ballet pink, and it turned out this more bubblegum pink, which ought to have been Kirby's feet in this pattern. I did a good job lining up the feet and the arms. I had to unravel it once or twice to do that, so that added to my time. And then I reminded myself what a bobble stitch was in doing this. And yeah, it was pretty breezy. I just wish I had the right colors. Like, I did this like 3 times, actually. And the last time, or the second time I messed up, I got hung up on whether I'd like turned it inside out correctly, which you don't actually have to do, I don't think. I don't remember if in the instructions it says that. But yeah, overall, I think this is a solid pattern. It's no sew. We can be happy about that. But I would not say that this is a pattern that I necessarily, like, I'll do it one more time, probably, just so I can see what it looks like with the right colors and see if I like it then. Otherwise, I think I'll pass on it. This is a pattern by Sweet Brie Creations on Instagram. Lastly here, I have this giant Kirby. He's so big. I don't mean to gender Kirby also. They are so big. I love them. They're so squishy. But I have things to say. So I followed a written pattern by Wonder Crochet, Allison Wonder Crochet, who I follow a lot of their YouTube videos. But this is a free written pattern on their website. And let's talk about it. So this took me probably closer to 3 hours, I want to say, give or take. I did not do the best job counting. Basically, it took me a while. And that felt a little discouraging just compared to the other ones that I finished in nearly an hour. But I knew it was going to be bigger. I knew it was going to be worth it. And I think the biggest piece that, or biggest takeaways from this one would be how to stuff properly. I'm still learning. This is not my first plushie by any means, but it's maybe the first plushie really of this size, or just, giant construction. I probably also needed to use a smaller hook size. I'm just not happy with how kind of, if you can see there, some of the stitches are higher than others, and that has to probably do with how I stuffed it. But yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of that, and probably a hook size and my own tension would change that. The arms were a little tricky, and so were the feet. But I don't think I had to redo them. I just was worried and I felt this way with every piece I end up sewing on, that like I've made it too small. That's a concern of mine. Yeah, and I can already tell that like I probably didn't use enough fabric glue on this eye, that it like, if I keep touching it, it's gonna come down. But yeah, I'm really glad I made the choice. I'd first had pretty wide eyes, and then I slimmed them down. I like this because it seems like it has a lot of charm. It is mine. The pattern itself is really easy. I like how there's enough room kind of between the different rounds, and how she wrote it out helps me remember if I end on a decrease or I end on a single crochet. I was happy to finally get the right color. This is really the color I should have used on this one. The piece that I have neglected would be, like, this does not look exactly like the picture because I decided I didn't like the heart so much. And I think it's because of how I did the heart. And frankly, I might go watch her video tutorial, Wonder Crochet's video tutorial on a heart, and make that instead. But yeah, silly me also thought that I could like cinch the heart in a way, and I didn't do that correctly. So now this is kind of like I might turn these into wings instead. For a love bug or something. Yeah, overall, really happy with this one, and I think it's worth your time if you're willing to put in more effort, obviously for a bigger plushie. Overall, this was such a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. Let's see if I can stack them all like this. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like crochet things, I hope you stick around. Consider subscribing, like this video, share this video with any friends. Thank you.